How's it going, everyone? This is Tom, and today I've got a video for you which I'm very excited to show you. This is the iPad mini 2, the iPad mini with Retina Display, whatever you want to call it, versus the Nexus 7 second generation. Two of the smaller tablets on the market, but two of the top choices for anyone looking for a tablet of this kind. Of course, obviously the biggest difference here is Android versus iOS. That is a story for an entirely separate video. I'm not going to be focusing on that in this one. I want to talk about the physical aspects and their performance and functionality. So the iPad mini 2 has a display of 2048 by 1536. That results to a pixel density of 326 pixels per inch due to the fact that this is a 7.9 inch screen. This is very usable in one hand. You're not going to have too much of a problem using this in one hand, but that is very much beaten out by the Nexus 7 second generation, as you can see here. This is a 7-inch screen with a resolution of 1920 by 1200, with a resulting pixel density of 323 pixels per inch. Both of these screens are absolutely fantastic. You almost wouldn't be able to tell them apart. And as you can see here, the Nexus 7 second generation is very much a one-handed device. It's kind of best suited to portrait orientation in one hand, and then you navigate with your other hand. Whereas the iPad mini can very much be used in both orientations. As you can see, you can hold it either portrait and it works fine, or landscape and it works fine. As if you look here, the second generation Nexus 7 in landscape orientation just feels weird. Kind of like you're using an iPhone in horizontal mode all the time. In terms of build, both of these tablets are built very well. Neither of them has bad build quality. With that being said, the premium materials used in the iPad mini is mainly constructed out of aluminium and glass, whereas the Nexus 7 uses a soft touch plastic. The iPad mini does have a much more premium feel to it. But with that being said, the Nexus 7 definitely doesn't feel cheap. If you're worried about thickness as well, they're both very thin. The iPad mini 2 does win this one though at 0.29 inches, whereas the Nexus 7 comes in at 0.34 inches. But again, that's 1/20th of an inch. It's not exactly a huge difference. Just know that neither of these tablets feels bulky. Talking a bit about battery life as well, the iPad mini is quoted to get 10 hours of battery life, with the Nexus 7 getting 9 hours. In actual usage though, I've found that you're not going to have to charge the iPad mini Retina display every day whatsoever. If you miss a day of charge, that's not going to be a problem for you. However, it might be slightly more problematic on the Nexus 7. But again, that's vastly going to change depending on what you do with your tablet. So now let's look at some performance tests. This is Geekbench 3, a very good kind of overall representation of the performance of your system or device. This goes all the way up to testing PCs, I believe, so you can actually go ahead and test your desktop computer if you'd like. It's going to give you a single core score and a multi-core score for your processor, and the iPad mini Retina's first to finish with a single core score of 1393 and a multi-core score performance of 2525. I've actually skipped ahead a little bit just because the Nexus 7 second generation took quite a lot longer to complete this benchmark, and it actually came in with a single core performance of 583 and then a multi-core performance of 1866. So clearly the iPad mini Retina display has benchmarked quite a bit higher than the Nexus 7 second generation, but in real world usage that is not actually going to benefit you all that much. Now let's have a look at how their web browsers perform in SunSpider. This is a JavaScript rendering benchmark. It will kind of give you a bit of a representation as to how well your device is going to handle general browsing and web pages. We're just going to go ahead and wait for this benchmark to finish. You'll see that the iPad mini, again, pretty much tears through this benchmark. This gives you a time representation of how long the benchmark took. So, of course, the lowest score is better here. And as you can see, the iPad mini Retina display scored 398 milliseconds or 398.7 milliseconds to actually fully complete this benchmark. And then the Nexus 7 took 1081.9 milliseconds to complete this benchmark. So again, a clear win for the iPad mini with Retina display. Of course, that's not everything. Let's try some actual real-world browser tests here. Gonna load up technicallynot.com for those interested. This is actually my kind of personal ranty tech blog, and interestingly the Nexus 7 actually loaded my mobile CSS, whereas on the iPad mini it wasn't. That's due to the bigger screen width on the iPad mini. We're going to call that last test a draw and test richwiz.com now. And interestingly, the Nexus 7 was very quick to do that. Again though, it does load a slightly different web page, so it's something to bear in mind. If you are on the Nexus 7, you'll probably be getting more mobile web pages than you will on the iPad mini. In summary guys, these are both fantastic tablets. What I would say though is that the Nexus 7 actually comes in at $229, whereas the iPad mini is $399 for the baseline models. So it is worth mentioning that the Nexus 7 is definitely better value than you're going to get with with the iPad mini. I prefer the iPad mini, but I actually think the Nexus 7 is far better value, and probably a better choice for somebody buying one, maybe on a stricter budget. Definitely leave your thoughts and what you think better down in the comments down below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one, give it a like if you enjoyed it or found it useful, and I will catch you next time.